What's good, everybody? My name is Gentleman Jugg.
I'm Son.
And welcome back to another Jugg and Son doing WWE. How you doing this week, boy?
Yeah, I'm good.
Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, do all the things all the other YouTubers tell you to do. Son, I need you to take me to Raw.
So we start off with Bronson Reed in the parking lot, and then he gets attacked by Seth freaking Rollins, and there's a big brawl, and then after, I guess, they get separated by the security, Seth decides, I'm gonna go out there, so we get the camera where he's walking through the backstage, walks right past Triple H, and then we get his entrance, and then he calls out Bronson Reed, and then there's a big brawl, and then Bronson goes through a table trying to hit Seth, and it's great.
It's not bad.
This is how you start a show, I guess.
I liked it. I liked it a whole lot. The one shot from the backstage to the front, I'll never not get tired of that.
I love it. I like it like when they space it out. Just don't. I don't. If you saw it every single episode, though, it
would irritate me. Yeah, I mean, like the best one to me is gonna always be Drew McIntyre carrying CM Punk.
That's the best one.
That's the best one in my opinion. This is fantastic too. I don't know what else to say about it. It was great.
And they're gonna have a match at Crown Jewel.
Sure, why not? Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know who wins that, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
Not to me.
I'm just like, whatever. And then, because Samantha Irvin's gone now, Lillian Garcia's back.
Apparently, Samantha Irvin decided that she wanted to leave because she wanted to do more than just do the announcements. Now, she's great at announcements. I would think that if you're good at something, that you should keep doing that and make money from it if you can.
Most everyone loved her.
Everyone liked her as well, but she wasn't happy herself. She wanted to do more, and there wasn't more for her to do. So she decided to dip, and okay, fine, good luck in your future endeavors. Hopefully whatever you do makes you happy, and we'll go back to enjoying Lillian Garcia.
Yep, Lillian Roxia.
Whatever you want to call her, son.
So she's back, and then we had R-Truth help the New Day defeat the AOP in the Final Testament, and I guess
I don't give a shit about R-Truth, The Miz, AOP, Final Testament. I don't care.
For me, it's about Xavier and Kofi in this. That's really what it's about.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And then, the group that I didn't miss made their return, and that's the Wyatt Six, and they attacked the Final Testament. I'm like, okay, so it's just gonna we're a new group out here to beat up all the other new groups, because we beat up American Made, and now we're gonna beat up Final Testament, and none of those groups, while we fought them, have won any titles.
Why did they fight American Made?
I don't know. I don't know whether. I mean, everyone's on. There's people on YouTube saying the theories. Well, it's because of the family thing, but I'm like, they didn't say that.
Nobody said anything.
They just did.
They were just fighting, as far as I know.
And now the Final Testament, they're just fighting them because
what?
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Just because. I'm like, yeah. I mean, if the Wyatt Six is really as powerful as they say they are, I want to see you try that against the Bloodline.
I don't want to see that at all. I really don't want to see that.
I mean, I don't want to see that. I'm saying, if everyone's saying they're so overpowered, I'm like, yeah, could you beat up Jacob, though? I don't think so.
I don't think they could beat up Jacob.
I think Jacob would murder you.
One-shot all of them.
So I'm like, you're not, no. Jacob is better than all these guys put together.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Jacob do something than watch the Wyatt Six do anything. And that includes the Final Testament, so.
Yeah. And then I guess we have Rhea Ripley attacking Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio and Raquel.
What else is new?
You haven't seen this before. It's different this time because Raquel's there too.
Move on. I don't care.
And then I guess Damian Priest is he's I don't know where he's been, but he's here backstage, not in the arena.
He really. Look, for me, I'm not a Damian Priest fan. Never have been. Probably will never will be. He's got a following. Good. I like it if you like him. I don't, and if he had not come back, would not have cared.
I just thought it was interesting. It's yeah, so he's here, and then he's telling Gunther, well, after you handle your business, I'm coming back for the title that I shouldn't have lost. And Gunther said, I don't care.
Yeah, no one cares.
I was like, just get out of my face, man.
It was an experiment. Didn't work. It's like Jinder Mahal all over again. Nobody cares.
All that happened was just buried Finn Balor even more. That's all we did.
Yeah, you ruined Finn Balor.
I guess they're finally gonna have people fight for who gets to fight to defend the tag titles against And I'm just like, well, it's about time, you know.
I know they really went ahead and struck while the iron was hot.
And then we had, Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker, the rematch. And in this, while Jey was fighting Braun for the IC title, that's when the Bloodline came out, I guess Solo and Jacob, and they distracted Jey, and then they cost him the match, and then he lost the title. So it's, 14 years for 14 days.
Like some people like this. I'm not one of those people.
I think Jey could have kept the belt and still been the Bloodline story.
Exactly. If they really wanted to be in the Bloodline story, they could have kept him as the IC champion.
Because he could have been in the story like, I'm the only guy who has the title in the Bloodline.
So what, does this mean that Jey Uso is just going to go back to Smackdown?
I mean, there's no draft rules anymore. That was a thing.
No, you keep saying that, but there are draft rules. It's just for this month, they weren't doing it. That's what I keep saying that. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. No, there's nothing else.
Take me to SmackDown, son.
So we start off with Randy Orton out here, and he's like, all right, I want to talk Triple H about fighting Kevin Owens. So they show Triple H. He's got his gorilla position walkout where he just, he stands up and takes off the headset and he comes out. I was like, it's like, all right. I mean, what else was he supposed to do?
He did exactly what he was supposed to do, so he's doing it, And
now they're out here, and Triple H is like, I can't let you fight Kevin because I'm protecting you from Kevin. And I'm like, okay. So Randy Orton, 14-time world champion,
has to be protected from Kevin Owens.
One time,
I've seen everything that Randy Orton has done over the years.
I mean, he's done
a lot of things.
He's fought The Undertaker. Has Kevin Owens fought The Undertaker?
Not at WrestleMania.
I mean,
at all? I don't know. I don't know if he fought him at all.
Randy Orton's fought Brock Lesnar. Has Kevin Owens fought Brock Lesnar?
Not at WrestleMania.
I'm just saying.
But I don't know. I don't think he has. I know he's fought Goldberg.
Yeah, but he lost.
Yeah, so, look, the reason for this story does not make any sense. I mean, it honestly could just be the fact that, Kevin Owens felt betrayed, and he decided to lash out at the people who were his friends. It didn't have to be a thing like, we got to protect, you from Kevin. I'm like, no, not this person who's a freaking 14-time world champion.
Like, have you seen 2009 Randy? You think that guy needs protecting from Kevin?
I know. I've seen Randy this year. I don't think that guy needs protecting from anybody.
I mean, Randy was like going toe-to-toe with Gunther. I'm like
it was no big deal.
I'm like, Kevin, could you do that?
I don't know. I probably could, but to me, this was not necessary. You don't have to say all that. But I am excited to see these two guys fight. It's gonna be great, but the reason for them fighting does not need to be said. They could just be Kevin just freaking lost his patience and decided to lash out at the people he likes.
I mean, I feel like I don't know who's gonna win that one. It's kind of unpredictable, but it's either. I mean, yeah, it's unpredictable because Kevin has to fight Cody eventually.
Yeah, so I can assume that it'll probably be Kevin who wins.
It's either Kevin or no contest.
Yeah.
And then we had Game 7 of Carmelo and Andrade with LA Knight as the guest referee, doing his best not to be like The Rock and Stone Cold.
Can we talk about his belt real quick? I don't like LA Knight's belt.
Where it's got LA all over it.
I don't like it. I thought it was stars at first until I paused it and looked at it. I'm like, it says LA Knight. Look, I like custom belts as much as everybody else. I do. I don't like this one.
But basically what he did is he did the referee thing the special guest referee thing where he attacks everybody after getting mad, and then there's a DQ now, and
I feel like I've seen this before.
And then he's like, yeah, and then Nick Aldis is gonna be like, well, now it's a triple threat at Crown Jewel.
Okay, I mean, but that's what it was always gonna be, though, right?
Yeah. And then we had Cody and Gunther, and I mean, I know there's a lot of people into this, but I'm not with this at all. Like, I'm just not.
You not having it?
I'm not having it. I'm not in this.
Maybe if this was at Survivor Series, maybe. But I assume that Cody Rhodes going to be in Survivor Series fighting with the Bloodline, probably.
Yeah.
But I'm not against it. I'm not.
I'm struggling here. Okay, I'm trying. I saw that I was doing okay, I'm trying to get into this, and then Cody's here and he does his thing. What do you want to talk about? People up there, look at the people down there. People down there, look at the people up there. And then Gunther's here, and he's like, they don't get a whoa. And I'm like, okay.
That's awesome.
I guess. It's fine. I like that part, okay? But the rest of this is really bad.
It's bad for you. I don't hate it. I could take it or leave it, honestly, but I don't hate it.
I don't know. Maybe it feels like filler to me. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, I mean, they're fighting for a belt at Crown Jewel. They gotta hype this thing up.
I guess, but it just doesn't work for me. I don't like it.
All right.
I mean, but I'll agree with Gunther. He was right about Cody here. I'll say that at least, where he said, I don't like, why'd you bring up your daughter? It's not even about her at all. That's what he said. And then he said, yeah, and then Cody said, well, you're not a real champion because you don't fulfill the responsibilities of going to all the media and stuff. And Gunther says, I am the real champion because I have the balls to say no. He's like, I say no to the boss. I say no to all the medias. I don't need to go there.
Okay, well, I mean, look, that's fine. I'm sure Triple H might disagree.
And then Gunther says, you have no guts. And Cody says, I have guts. Okay. And he's like, this is how I have guts. And he hits him in the face with a cheap shot. That's guts.
Yeah, I mean, that's not guts to me. Okay, Cody, you could have said a number of things. Hey, one time I sat there and fought Seth freaking Rollins in a Hell in the Cell match when my freaking, pectoral muscle was torn off.
Could have said I beat the whole bloodline at WrestleMania.
Okay, I took on Brock Lesnar and beat his ass.
Could have said that I started my own company, which is WWE's #1 competitor right now.
It takes guts to leave and then freaking start your own company and then come back and become champion of the company that you just sat there and went up against. That's guts. Any of those things he could have sat there and said, but he just hit him.
He hit him because that's guts. Cheap shot. And then Cody said that you don't lead anyone. You're a general nobody. And then that's when Louis comes out, the guy that Gunther leads. Are we trying to make Cody look bad? Is that what we're trying to do?
I don't know.
Is that on purpose? Because I just noticed something about all of Cody's segments is that when you watch the show in order, like his segments are always like in the middle. He's never at the start or at the end. He's always in the middle.
Well, so that way you watch it.
I guess, but it's just when Roman was there, he was always in the beginning or the end.
He had segments in the middle.
Yeah, but he would always be at the end though.
Like live, he'd be at the beginning or the end. But like they would have his segments of him backstage sprinkled in.
Whereas Cody's not even sprinkled in. He's just in the middle, and that's all he gets.
He's a different kind of champion.
And Roman still gets his segments sprinkled throughout the show. But
speaking of Roman,
so we had the Motor City Machine Guns. They won the #1 contenders match to fight the Bloodline, and then after they won, Solo comes out and he's like, "You want to fight right now, guys?" And like, yeah, I guess so. So they fight right then, and that's when Jimmy came out in his hoodie and he attacked Solo. And
like, do they even need to wear hoodies anymore?
Because we know who
it is.
And then that's when Roman comes out and he gets a bigger pop than like both Cody and Gunther combined. And then he beats up Jacob too with a Superman punch, and it's cool. Then they beat up the Bloodline backstage, or they beat him up into the backstage. And then Jay comes out in his hoodie, and then I just like how Corey's like, "Could it be?" Michael's like
it is. Like you can see it in his face. Are you stupid?
Michael's like, "I think I'm looking him in the eyes. I think I know who that is."
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't have to come out wearing these hoodies anymore. This is like a Bloodline thing now. Anytime somebody comes out wearing a freaking black hoodie and covering up their face, I'm gonna assume they're Bloodline.
It's like, yeah. So then it's Jay, and then he beats up the Bloodline, and he helps the Motor City Machine Guns win the tag titles.
I'm not against the Bloodline losing their tag titles.
But
to this group that just showed up,
I mean, what
so
about...
So what, we don't get to freaking say nothing about the Street Profits?
Or the New Day?
Or even freaking DIY?
Or even, Yes Boys. Those guys, I forgot their name.
Pretty Deadly?
Yeah, what about them?
No, just this group that came in. I know their accolades. I know that they got belts in other places and that they've gotten the Grand Slam of getting tag titles in WWE. I understand that.
But for us, they just showed up here.
They just showed up. And now here they are becoming tag team champions on, I believe, their second show.
Yeah, I'm like, at least Jacob had to wait a whole month.
At least freaking, what's it called? Jey Uso had to wait 14 years,
To get hit.
I just don't see how this is fair to anybody else in the back who was a tag team.
I mean, it feels like favoritism.
It really does, but...
Because I'm like, the Street Profits have been waiting for, it feels like a year.
Couple years.
To get, like, a title back.
Yeah. Pretty Deadly has been there for what feels like a year. I know they got injured, or one of them got injured, and now they're both back, but it's like, they don't get a chance.
I mean, it's like you don't have time for them, but we got time for the new toys.
Oh, well.
But after that, then, Jay and Jimmy reunited with the hug, and then Roman's just there watching. He's just looking at it like, I want to be hugged too.
Well, you guys, hey, listen, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, do all the things all the other YouTubers tell you to do. Check us out on the X, check us out on Instagram, check us out on the TikToks. And tune in next time, because the next one will be available
when it's ready.